Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Today I will give you 3 reasons why I think Fortnite will fail as an esport. This is just my opinion, guys. We can have different opinions on this, but let me know your opinion down in the comments. Also, if you want to support me, use the code Shilnikov in the shop every time you purchase something. Subscribe to the channel and check out some of my other videos relating to Fortnite. So let's go. For some people, gaming has become a job, and being a professional gamer or a professional player for a specific team is a dream that everyone wants to follow in these modern ages. The players that play on really high levels are like modern age gladiators, practicing every day so we, the crowd, would watch their matches and want to be like them. How many people watch Tfue and dream of becoming Tfue or any other professional player and dream of being on that stage together with them, earning respect and money from it. But there's always a but. But it's not only about the players. The players will become good. It's about the game. The game in itself should have different ingredients which will help them become an esport. Some games, even though they are great, never become an esport because they don't have the specific things needed for it. Fortnite in itself is an amazing game which I love to play, but does it have in itself the potential to be an esport that will be watched by millions of players that do not play the game, that have no clue about the game? Personally, I think it won't. I think it won't get to that potential, and here are some of the reasons why. Let's go. First reason why is the game lacks depth. Look at every other esport: Counter-Strike, Overwatch, Dota 2, League of Legends, any other esport game that is being watched by millions of players who do not play the game is very, very deep. Even though it looks very simple on the outside, inside of the game is very deep. For example, let's compare Fortnite to CSGO. Even though Fortnite is a very complex game in which you need skill to build fast, you have a lot of buttons you have to press, it's a very explosive game. Also, it's a very solo-oriented game. Even when you play squads, you play for yourself, so it becomes a very selfish game. The thing that Fortnite lacks the most is the roles. You do not have any roles to play while you play Fortnite, and that's why in the competitive game mode, you feel like every player is playing for himself. Even though they're teammates, everyone is doing their own thing, which in the end doesn't make the game very team-oriented, but it becomes more of a every man for himself type of a game. While if we compare it to CSGO has specific roles. So even though it's very simple, after you watch a few matches, you will understand that every player has a specific role. For example, there's a sniper role, in which the player who has really quick reactions with the sniper will try to give quick advantage to their teams by eliminating the other player as fast and skillfully as possible. Entry fragger, for example, is a guy who will go first. It's the guy who will most likely die first as well, so you have to be mentally prepared to go in every time first. But because of that, the players who play this role usually don't have as much kills, but still are respected for their role in a team. You also have lurker, a guy who will lurk and try to find specific ways. For example, when the enemy team rotates, he will hide in some spots trying to kill them while they rotate, and those kills will help his team win the game. Everything you do, and if you play your role the best, you will win the game. If everyone plays well within their roles, that's a championship team. And you don't have to be the most flashiest, you don't have to be the most popular. What you have to be is the best player in your role. If you look, the top team in CSGO for many years now is Astralis, a team that is not widely popular in the game. Like the most popular team was FaZe, who had the ultra mega stars, but they fail to Astralis every time. Why? Because Astralis plays the best in their role. Their teammates who understand each other. So let's go back to Fortnite. In Fortnite, there are no roles. There are no lurkers, entry fraggers, or specifically just snipers, because you have so many weapon slots that you can carry most of your stuff what you need. And then you don't need the other players. You don't need teammates to help you out if you're a great player. When they introduced the Chug Splash, the new item, I was starting to think like, what would Fortnite look like if you had roles? For example, one guy being the healer, one guy being the sniper, and one guy being the builder. And then, depending on your role, you would be restricted to some things. For example, if you're playing the medic role, you would have more materials, let's say. But if you played the damage role, using an AR, let's say, then you wouldn't have as much materials, but you would have more guns, which can help your teammates. Then the players would be more aware and the game would start having depth in team play, something that Fortnite is clearly lacking. The second reason is luck factor. The game in itself is a roulette, because from the moment you start playing, from the moment you jump, it becomes luck dependent. And why is that? It's because, for example, if you jump to Lucky Landing and you don't find any good shotgun, you don't find any other good gun, you are screwed. You're definitely screwed. While the other team, if they go, for example, Haunted Hills, and they find 2 rifts and a jump pad and ghost bombs, they're already in a better position to survive anything in the competitive game mode. But let's say that doesn't matter. Let's say that that part is something we all accept. Fine, I'm fine with that. But what I'm not fine with is using a shotgun and praying the gods to give me their blessing to shoot a guy for more than 28 damage headshot. I feel like every time I'm using a shotgun, I'm putting some money on a roulette, because I never know how much will it hit. Now I have to have 5 minutes of build battle and have one shot, and then I shoot him and it's 28 headshot with a tactical shotgun. I know it's a fantasy game. I know it shouldn't be realistic, but this is beyond realistic. I don't know what the creators were thinking when they said like, okay, so a shotgun shot from 1 meter should be like 28 damage to a headshot. That doesn't make sense. But the biggest luck factor is not even the drops, where you drop. It's not even the shotguns. It's the end of the game. In a competitive mode, if you're positioned in a really good zone, you have your rifts, you have your jump pads, and plus you're boxed, you're protected so much, the possibilities of you winning the game are really high. And all you need to do is just chill, relax, maybe drink some shields, have a little nap, and you're good. While the other poor soul on the edge of the zone is trying to fight against possibly 30 people, while you're just chilling in the zone. That's why I think in competitive mode, the zone should be really movable. After the game sees that it has 30 opponents, the zone should start being movable and forcing all players to move, neutralizing too much of the luck factor. Third reason why Fortnite in its future will not be a sustainable esport is the bad casting. This is the biggest issue with this game becoming an esport, and it's because it's hard to follow. If you do not play the game, it's really hard to follow. In CSGO, Dota 2 or other games, it's fairly easy to explain what's happening. Especially in shooter games, it's really easy to explain. But in Fortnite, it's kind of difficult, because you have 30 people or 40 people in a really small circle who are mostly camping. And then when the chaos comes in, it's really hard for people who caused the game to follow it up. I do not blame the commentators, I actually applaud them. It's extremely hard to do that, but that's one of the biggest issues with Fortnite becoming an esport, and it's because it's really unwatchable to other people. Also, the problem with teams and organizations who want to make their players, let's say, famous so they can earn a bit of money from them, is because if you have a player and you send them to a tournament, and on the tournament there are like 10 or 15 other streamers, players who are famous, and even though he makes it to top 30, it's really questionable if they're gonna show him too much, which prevents the audience actually to have a connection with them. While this is very different in other esports. If you watch any CSGO, League of Legends, Dota 2, any other esport, you would have the chance to see every player play. The cast, the commentators are gonna do a better job because it's easier to follow, it's easier to cast. While when Fortnite casts, it's really hard to follow, and sometimes you don't see the best moments, which can be really anticlimactic. Also, if you follow a player and you have a specific player that you like the best, you know, you buy his merch and something, and you watch the stream, but you cannot like watch his gameplay all the way, you kind of get mad about it because you want to see your player win. Also, why this game is not really castable is because the game rewards hiding. The game rewards camping. Because if you survive to that point, you will have the chance to maybe win it all. It's just so hard to talk about all of these reasons because I really like this game and I want it to succeed. Don't get me wrong, I want this game to be an esport. A proper esport, not an esport that lasts for 3 or 5 years, but an esport that can change people's lives. But unfortunately, even though Epic Games is an amazing developer, I feel like they're afraid to make some crucial changes to the game, and professional players know that as well. The addition of hamster balls or ballers, planes, and other items from the normal game shouldn't be in competitive games. The competitive game should be balanced, but I fear Fortnite and Epic Games do not know what balance is. And I fear that by looking at things now, that will be the end of it. Game will be over. But don't think everything is dark. If you guys like gambling, getting angry, getting pissed off at your friends, raging, yelling, swearing, because you shot the guy 7 times from 2 meters and he didn't die, come to Fortnite. Enjoy and good luck. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you want to support me and my channel, I have made a Patreon account on which you can donate. Any donations would be fine and I would really appreciate your support. Thank you for all the subscribers who followed my stream and the notification squad. I love you guys. Thank you for watching my videos. You are legends. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.